Mercury and Aquarius, these people think different. They think different, they communicate different. But it's going to you'll get it if you want to. Because you're going to have to use some brain power. You know what I'm saying? Like a Mercury and Virgo is intelligent, but they'll put it in the way you understand. Mercury and Aquarius going to bring it to you in the way that you'll get 2 days later. You know what I'm saying? And these people don't like to think how everybody else think. Like, they not going along with whatever the trend is. They're not going to handle a situation. Like, the way they process the way to handle a situation is not going to be the norm. They outside the box thinkers, plain and short. They think outside the box. So if something got to be cleaned up or fixed or whatever, they're going to do it in a way where it's like, oh, okay, I didn't think about that. That's what the next person going to say when they see Mercury and Aquarius going to it. Not only that, but these people, they don't mind peeling back the layers of thought processing. So, you know, if somebody says something, you be like, oh, what made you think of that? Or how'd you get to that? And they just be like, I don't know. Or I don't want to think that deep. They don't have an answer. A Mercury and Aquarius is going to be able to tell you the why behind the why, and the how, and the where. Like, they're going to be able to do that. Now, if they in the mood to do that, there's another story. It got to be worth it. Like, they don't like talking for recreation. They don't like small talk. They don't like dummy chit chatter. They don't like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, how's the weather? Oh, did you hear about such at the party? Like, they like real substance in the communication. They like real thoughtfulness in the communication. None of that popcorn. Nah, they don't like that. And they quick to let you know if they don't like something. Mercury and Aquarius for short.
What's the matter, baby? You don't think I look pretty like this?
I heard that Tommy J. Gonna be, I heard that Tommy J. Gonna be, I heard that Tommy J.
I would probably say that Aquarius Mercury is the most grounded of the air sign Mercuries, but like all the other air sign Mercuries, they just have their thoughts running 100 miles an hour. I will say they seem to be the most opinionated of all of the Mercury signs. And because they are air and they are super interested in learning and growth and that progression, they typically will have all the facts to back it up. They have no problem vocalizing how they feel about any topic. They have no problem opposing you. Not typically in a way that's meant to be combative, just in a way that is fixed sign energy, very decided, with their feet firmly planted in the ground. And in true Aquarius fashion, they tend to be able to stay a little bit more detached on topics that they care about and be able to see things from that big picture perspective. The level of objectivity that most Aquarius placements have really shows with the Mercury in Aquarius.
What's up? What's up? Struggle is up, brother. Oppression is up, brother. Salami, eggs, and bacon.
Aquarius Mercury. Where do I start with y'all? Aquarius Mercuries are extremely clever people. They have really refined minds, and they are also really, really observant. They love just watching people and seeing human nature work. Y'all love analyzing people's characters, motives, and this could lead to a lot of assumptions on your end. These people love intellectual discussions about, philosophy, metaphysics, and just the general future of mankind. You often have really good ideas that people think are ahead of their time and can come off as really eccentric, but for the most part, the look on your face can read emotionally detached. This placement also loves looking at different perspectives that they can get their information from. They're open-minded, but they won't support any opinion that lacks objective and subjective evidence. There's no ass kissing with this placement at all. They don't want their ass being kissed, and they won't kiss yours either.
At a very early age that if I talk long enough, I could make anything right or wrong. So either I'm God or truth is relative. And in either case, booyah.
Your Mercury sign talks about how you lie, maybe what you lie about, or your strategy for lying, the tone. Aquarius Mercury does not struggle to lie at all. They simply aren't interested in doing it. They don't care. They don't need to. Whatever the truth is, they're not really bothered with making that palatable to you. They'll just say it. That's in contrast to signs like Mercury and Gemini, who may lie for fun and or lie very quickly. They can come up with it on the spot, and sometimes it's just like a white lie. Not always so malicious, but quick. Maybe light in subject matter. Back to Aquarius Mercury. If for some reason they did have to lie, like they couldn't just say it how it is, they would talk you away from the lie itself. They would talk you away from the point so that you're so far away from it that you don't even have to do the lie. Like you are way over here or you're confused. So it's not really a struggle. It's just a different strategy.
If your Mercury is in Aquarius, Mercury is very strongly placed in Aquarius, and your intellect is likely to be a dominant aspect of your personality. You pride yourself on having an independent mind and have likely created a unique worldview. You are not as prone to following conventions as others and definitely resist following orders or ridiculous rules. Your mind is anything but conventional, and your perspective can often be shocking to others because of this. You seem to function as a messenger or an alarm clock, helping others wake up from their slumbers. A bit of a futurist, you are open to considering alternative points of view and yet must get used to delayed gratification. Since your perspective is not common, others will likely resist some of your ideas in the moment and then later express appreciation. Sometimes aloof and detached, your mind likes to soar above the issues at hand and see things from a larger perspective. That is what you offer ideally, the big picture. Your mind is backed up by a powerful will, and you will not be intimidated or back down in an argument. This resistance serves you well when it is appropriate to hold your ground, but it will get in the way when situations require flexibility. Aquarius is the rebel, the revolutionary, and the reformer, but never the conformer. As the rebel, you enjoy being the pot stirrer that resists the status quo. As the revolutionary, social activism can be your form of expression. As the reformer, you get involved in humanitarian and altruistic causes. When you have found a way to serve others with the use of your often brilliant mind, you are at your best. Making friends is one of your natural strengths, and you would want friendship to be a part of all your relationships. Period. Areas to work on. Your independent mind might have a difficult time cooperating with others, and you might even periodically be the nonconformist just to demonstrate your right to be free of social conventions. As you become secure with your uniqueness as your birthright, you no longer need to fight for your right to be free. You simply accept and express it. Your role changes from being the rebel to becoming the reformer. The key phrase for Aquarius is, I know. And if you really listened, you would probably be surprised just how many times you use those very words. And most often, you truly do know. But still, you have to be careful of the know-it-all attitude that most find offensive. The difficulty is that your lightning quick mind actually does process information at a much faster pace than most. What do you do in the meantime when your mind has already seen the whole picture and the person who is talking to you is still laboriously drawing out the point? You will have to slow down your mind and be patient with others in order to enhance your communication skills. Understanding Mercury and Aquarius and others. You will have to be on your toes to keep up with these fast-thinking individuals. These people have a very strong mind, and you can expect them to offer a unique and original point of view on any topic. Progressive ideas, self-actualization, science fiction, subjects that stretch the mind, social concerns, are all topics likely to interest your Mercury and Aquarius friends. They typically get frustrated with slow, labored speaking, so you might want to pick up the pace a bit when talking to them. Expect the unexpected from these people as their minds resist social conventions. When you want a unique perspective or are seeking information as to how to make changes in your life, these are the people to seek out. If you want someone to understand your personal emotions, don't count on them. They typically like to rise above the personal and attempt to see things from a larger, more universal perspective. That is all well and good, but sometimes this perspective can seem cold and impersonal. Give these people the freedom to fulfill their responsibilities in their own unique way. They do not work well with someone looking right over their shoulder and having specific expectations of them.
To my Aquarius Mercuries of TikTok, don't you see how when we say something it just appears? It's like magic. It's because our Mercury rules air, which means what we say is what we become, is what we do, is what we see. Today's going to be an amazing day. I'm so grateful for all the people. Look, it's going to be amazing. Today sucks. I fucking hate today. It's going to be a fucking bad day. But especially for air Mercuries. Like Aquarius Mercury, we're weird, we're different, we're unorthodox. Like, we are not like y'all, and pretending to be like the rest of society is not gonna benefit us at all. I don't even think a lot of us think before we talk. At least I don't. It just comes out. Like words from the heavens above. We are fucking dope.